So as of yet today, nothing's really changed in the market. This is just my weekly update on my portfolio. Nothing's really gone on with the companies themselves. There's not been any like growth in China or massive increase in anything or whatever. Like nothing's basically happened at all. So there's really nothing for me to talk about. I just think that, it looks like the companies from most recently looks like they're just cutting costs basically. And the country appears to be in like cut down mode where they're just like cutting down on investment. They're not making investments, they're not spending money. It just seems like all the businesses are trying to cut their costs and like do layoffs. So it's not investing advice, it's not investing advice. But that's just what it looks like to me because none of these companies in the more recent reports, none of them have been really growing, and the forecasts for 2023 are all terrible. And I don't see why the forecast for 2024 would be any better. It looks like right now that the Chinese economy is just taking a turn for the worse for the last 3 years, and I don't see how it's going to get any better. There are just so many tensions geopolitically, and then the Chinese leadership, as Stanley Druckenmiller said, he said that, I'm like not exactly quoting him, but he said that Xi Jinping doesn't care about economic growth. Since he came in 2012, he's just been about consolidating power for himself. And if that destroys the economic growth of the country, then so be it. He doesn't seem to care at all. And he goes around the world threatening other countries and threatening Taiwan. And it looked like it was about to support Russia militarily in the war, and then he realized that he couldn't stand up to the US and Europe combined, so then now he's pretending to be a peacekeeper. I mean, this is literally what all the analysts are saying, and it looks to be exactly true. So I'm just saying what the analysts are saying and what seems to be happening. So this is not investing advice, this is not investing advice. So I think I'm just going to continue to hold my portfolio. I mean, I don't like having Chinese equities because as Stanley Druckenmiller said again, he talked about common prosperity and as soon as he did that, it just kind of fell off a cliff. The growth, and now like all these companies grow at 2% more or 2% less every single year. So it's literally terrible. I mean, we're like stuck in this horrible situation, but we'll see what happens. And I'm not sure if they're. I have no idea. I mean, I think this year is going to be totally. I'm just going to keep holding my portfolio, but I think this year is going to be terrible. And I don't see why 2024 would be any better, to be honest.